In this Pathfinder Kingmaker guide, we'll take a look at Linzi. Linzi starts off as a bard, and this build will follow the bard path. However, she can also be efficiently multi-classed into a dragon disciple. Bards are the best support class in Pathfinder Kingmaker, making them very valuable in every party setup. Linzi is never going to be the best damage dealer, but what she lacks in DPS, she makes up for in support. In this build, I will multi-class Linzi with 2 levels into the Freebooter Ranger subclass, which is completely optional. By doing this, we gain martial weapons proficiency, the combat style feat, and Freebooter's Bane, which is a fantastic support ability that marks an enemy, giving the whole party +1 to attack and damage rolls against that enemy until it is dead. All other levels go into Bard, where we get some amazing songs and spells. Bards get the following feats and abilities automatically. Bard Proficiencies. The most notable benefit here is that Bards do not get arcane spell failure when wearing light armor or a shield. Bard Knowledge adds half of the Bard's level to knowledge and lore checks. Well versed, Bard becomes naturally resistant to performances of other Bards. Jack of all trades, +1 bonus to all skill checks. The song Inspire Courage, bonus to saving throws against charm and fear, as well as bonus to weapon and damage to allies. Song Inspire Competence, bonus to allies on all skill checks. This is best used outside of combat. Song Fascinate, fascinates enemies upon failed will saving throw. Fascinated enemies stand still and do nothing. Song Dirge of Doom, puts shake and condition on all enemies within 30 feet. Song Inspire Greatness, adds competence bonus on attack rolls, fortitude saves, bonus to hit dice, and health points. Song Soothing Performance, equivalent to Mass Cure Serious Wounds, and it removes fatigued, shaken, and sickened conditions. Song Frightening Tune, causes fear to enemies. Song Inspire Heroics, gives allies +4 morale bonus on saving throws and +4 dodge bonus to armor class. Move Action Bardic Performance, start songs as part of move instead of standard action. Swift Action Bardic Performance, start songs as part of Swift Action, which means you can still make standard and move action in the same round. Charisma is the most important attribute for a bard because it gives them additional spells per day and it increases spell difficulty, so all additional attribute points should be put there. We want as many spells as possible to be able to sustain support for more fights without the need for resting. Linzi has knowledge and lore boost thanks to the bard's knowledge feat. She also starts strong with stealth, persuasion, trickery, and magic device. Choose 5 skills from the list and stick with them. Although Linzi is primarily support, she can dish out some damage with a bow thanks to some feats and abilities, and that is what we are going to focus on when choosing feats. Spell focus should be used for this build if you plan on going down the enchantment route, which is enemy debuff and crowd control focused. If you want to be a summoner, then spell focus is not needed, since it does not add anything to summoning spells of Conjuration School. Although Deadly Aim can add a decent amount of damage, Linzi can struggle a lot to hit with it even with all the buffs. When fighting enemies with high armor class, switch Deadly Aim off. Other feats increase the damage enough already, so in some cases it's all about hitting the opponent. Spell choices revolve mostly around 2 schools, Enchantment or Conjuration, and focusing on only one of these 2 schools is a wise choice since selection is limited. Enchantment School focuses on controlling enemies, and the Conjuration School focuses on summoning monsters and elementals. Regardless of the school you wish to use, spells like Haste, Slow, Cat's Grace, Dispel, Sense Vitals, Heroism, and Cure Wounds are a must. If you plan on going down the summoning route, the only spells you are interested in, apart from the ones just mentioned, are Summon Monsters and Summon Elementals. They both can be summoned at the same time. If you're going down the enchantment route, things aren't quite as simple, but the following are some good suggestions for Enchantment School. Mind Fog is fantastic for destroying enemy will, making them easier targets for crowd control enchantment spells. Longbow is our weapon of choice for this build. Light crossbow is also an option, but the many-shot feat does not work with crossbows, so if you plan on focusing crossbows, you should not take that feat. Light armor with highest armor class possible is the best choice here, since bards do not suffer from arcane spell failure when wearing it. For accessories, I would recommend something that adds a bit of strength to decrease encumbrance. Linzi is played best from the backline, buffing allies, controlling enemies, and summoning creatures to fight for you. Cat's Grace, Heroism, Haste, and Sense Vitals are must-have buffing spells before most fights because they are very powerful. With Sense Vitals, you can add sneak attack damage when it can apply. Also, if summoning is your focus, it would be wise to summon before the fight, since it can take a bit of time to cast these spells. As soon as combat begins, the song of your choice needs to be activated, but after that it's up to you what to focus on. Controlling enemies, resummoning, shooting, just don't forget to put Freebooter's Bane on one enemy at a time. Stay tuned for more Pathfinder Kingmaker content as we cover more build guides throughout October.